Hi, my name is Gina Borges from the University of Winnipeg, and I'm here today to share with you the steps on how to submit an online application for your bachelor's degree. If you are currently a Manitoba high school student and in grade 12 and you're looking to start in the fall term, and you are a domestic student, so you are a Canadian citizen or permanent resident of Canada. So if this fits your description, then please make sure that you see the first video, which is how to create your account, and then follow up with this video, which is how to then, once you have an account, how to start and submit your application. So I'm just going to share my screen here, which will take me to my fake account here so I can guide you through the steps. So once you create your account, your application portal will take you to this My Account page. And just down here in red, you'll see a link that says create a new application. So you'll click there. And in this case, we are domestic undergraduate students. And we are hoping to start in the fall term. So continue. Now, sometimes the application system will spin for a little while. I do find one of the tips and tricks, I guess, that I've learned is if you use the Google Chrome browser, it definitely seems to work a little bit better than some other browsers. And also using a desktop computer versus your cell phone, that is also helpful. It just seems that the application portal itself seems to be working, or seems to work better on desktop formats there. So some other tips for applying: save often, beware of autofill. It will try to autofill on your computer, and you don't want some wrong information. So just be sure to review and complete all the relevant fields. And if you do have any issues with your application, you are able to contact us as well by email. And just make sure to read all the instructions, especially the declaration at the end, very carefully. If you do run into any issues along the way and you're not sure how to complete your application, you can always take a screenshot, then log out of the application itself, and then you can email us here at welcome@uwinnipeg.ca or give us a call. The phone number is here at the bottom as well. And you can send us your screenshot and we can help walk you through it. So your next step is to select an application type. We'll scroll here. You are an undergraduate student. You're looking to enroll in a bachelor's degree. The student type is current high school student in Manitoba. It is the same process if you are a current student from outside of the province as well. And for homeschool, or if you have completed high school and you have not attended any university or college, but maybe you completed high school a couple of years ago and you've been working since then, same process as well. Pretty similar anyway. So any of these categories. So today we're going to be a current high school student in Manitoba. Your academic level is undergraduate, and so that just means your first step of outside of high school in university, and it's your education towards earning a bachelor's degree. Faculty, now at the University of Winnipeg, whether you choose Faculty of Arts, Business, Science, it doesn't really matter. You are able to take courses among different faculties. However, if you do know exactly what you're looking to study, you can absolutely select the one that is best suited to you. So today we'll choose Arts, Academic Program. So you'll see here all the majors within our Faculty of Arts that are available to you. There are 3- and 4-year degrees. It's important to note all of these degrees are fully accredited and recognized degrees. A 4-year degree just takes a little bit longer. It's a few extra, well, not a few extra courses, but about a year worth of extra courses. And it just to allowing you to focus on a specialized area within your major. And also, if you do plan to pursue a master's degree in the future, for example, then a 4-year bachelor degree is often what they're looking for. So that's something to consider. Now, if you choose a 3-year and you end up wanting to do a 4-year, you can make that change later on as well. If you choose political science and then decide later on that you'd like to do psychology, that's okay as well. You can change your major and declare your major later. It's not a problem. You're not locked into what you choose here. If you are absolutely unsure, you can also select undecided. So yeah, those are, oh, there we go, undecided right at the top there. So those are your options. So for today, let's just decide that we're going to take a 4-year Faculty of Arts with a major in history. And then here, which term would you like to begin? I'm going to select fall term. How did you learn about this program? Let's just say you looked at our website, for example. And then today we will be a Canadian citizen, save and continue. Again, of course, you are making the selections according to your actual interest. So now it goes through our student information. So much of this information will be automatically populated for you, as it will take into account what you entered in when you created your account. But it's a good idea to double check, make sure that everything is accurate. If you've changed your name, you can click on yes here, your gender and date of birth. And these areas here, Indigenous Ancestry, Refugee Support Services, Adult Learner Services, and Accessibility Services. So these are all departments within the university that offer resources for students according to your need and your desire to use them. So if you would like these departments, any of them, to get in touch with you automatically, you can put yes. Putting yes or no to any of these departments will not negatively affect your application in any way. It just simply is a reminder to these departments to reach out to you and let you know a little bit more about the resources they have to offer. Now, if you say no to any of them, but later on during your studies at any point, if you feel like you could use some assistance from one of these departments, you are absolutely encouraged to get a hold of them, and you can find their contact information on our website. So moving on to languages. There we go. So for today's sake, I'll put that our main language, our primary language is English, and you can always add a second language there as well. And we will save and continue. Now we have our contact information. Again, some of this will auto-populate based on what you entered in for your account information when you created that account. Oh, sorry, got slippery fingers here. And then we'll start to fill in our address information, postal code, all of that. And then here we must fill in an emergency contact. So again, I'm just going to put in some fake information for today. Now, just a reminder, this emergency contact is for emergencies only. So if you're in class, for example, and you have a medical emergency and they need to contact somebody, this is who they would contact for you. It is not permission to access your personal information or your application information at all. So this person cannot contact the admissions office to ask about your application or anything for you. You still have to inquire or call about your information on your own as the applicant. Okay. So we'll add that information and save and continue. And now it moves on to educational history. So have you ever studied at the University of Winnipeg before? So we'll put no. because you are currently in high school. And I'm just going to delete this high school information here. I guess it was just automatically populating this from a previous example I did, and it wouldn't let me get rid of it. Okay, so this is what it'll look like. Of course, yours will be empty until you start typing something in. So I'm just going to do that. So for today, I'm going to pretend that I am from Kildonan East Collegiate, for example. So I can just start typing there, and then it should automatically populate here. Most, I would say every school in Manitoba should automatically populate, but if it does not, there will be an option to add your school here. So if it doesn't come up, you can always add it. So we'll do that, and we'll change this to Winnipeg. And we're in Canada. And then you will add your start month and year and your end month and year. So even though June 2023 has not come yet, that's okay. You'll put that in there, and you will also add that, yes, you have graduated, and you can put the date that you will be graduating. So we understand obviously that you have not graduated yet, that's okay, but you'll put in your graduation date for the future. And also just up here, you can also add if you are a homeschool student. So that's important to note as well. So scroll down and you will put that you will earn a high school diploma. Now, let's just say you did some high school here, and maybe you were at a different high school as well for part of your grade 12 year, for example. You can click here to add a secondary high school. Okay, so that's that. Now we're into self-reported grades. So this is where you need to add every single grade 12 course you have ever taken, are currently taking, or will be taking in the future. So we understand that you won't have your final grades for all of those courses, and that's okay. We just need you to put in your best guess for the grade that you think you will receive. Once we get this information, if you meet the admission requirements, you will receive what's called a conditional offer or provisional offer of acceptance. And then in June, when we get your final transcript with your final classes and grades, if you still meet the admission requirements, then we move you from that provisional status to a full admission. So right now, you're just putting in the information that you believe you will achieve. We understand that whatever you put here versus what we see in June on your final transcript, that there might be some changes, and that's okay, as long as, you know, even if your course changes or the grade you received is different than what you've told us, that's okay. Again, as long as it still meets the admission requirements, then you will be switched to a full admission. So it asks you here for your MET number. That's your 9-digit number. Now, this is on your transcript, your high school report card. But if you don't see it, you can also ask your guidance counselor or someone at the school office. They will have that information for you. It is a 9-digit number. Your course type, so we'll start with our math. So we'll just select the math course that we have taken. Let's just say we took math, applied math 40S or math essentials 40S, and we received an 80%. We did that last term, for example. And we also took English last term. Let's just say English literary focus 40S, and we received an 84 there. And now we are currently taking a science course, biology 40S. Not sure exactly what we're going to get, but we're doing really well. So we figure we'll get an 89. And then we're also taking, let's just say we're taking an art, advanced music theory. Let's go with that one. And we figure we'll get 85 in that one. And then next term, we plan to take a psychology course. Let's go with Psychology 40S. And we did really well in grade 11 psychology, so we figure we'll get probably about a 90. So here we have 5 grade 12 courses. They're all academic courses. That's great. Have you taken additional grade 12 courses? So maybe you've taken 7 or 8 courses, for example. So then you can say yes here, and you can keep adding more. So let's just go with other. And maybe you've taken advanced broadcasting 40S and you received a 75 there. And then let's do a social science here. Maybe you've taken family studies 40G and you received a 93 and so forth. So you can just keep going on and on and on, adding every single grade 12 course you have ever taken, are currently taking, or will be taking in the future. Once you've added everything you need, then you'll just click here. Have you ever studied in a post-secondary college or university? You have not, so we'll select no, and then save and continue. And now we're on to the final page, which is the declaration. So read each one of these carefully, and hopefully your answer is yes to all of them. It just goes through questions such as, all the information you've added is accurate to the best of your knowledge. You are not providing any false information to the best of your knowledge. And then it goes through our privacy policy as well. And you can put in your first and last name and the date there, and then save and continue. So once you're here, it just reminds you to monitor your email. So check your email every few business days. Make sure the admissions office is not emailing you with any clarifications. Maybe when you submitted the application, you only entered 4 grade 12 courses, so you're missing one. So they might email you, or they may make a note on your actual application portal. So it's important once you submit your application to log into your application and log into your email on a regular basis, just to see if there are any questions or clarifications required by the admissions office. You also need to pay the application fee. You may be required to submit additional documentation. For example, if you are a permanent resident of Canada, not a citizen, then you would have to upload your permanent resident card, things like that. And if you do need to make any corrections, so you have submitted your application and then you realize that maybe your date of birth auto-populated and it was wrong, or maybe you selected some sort of category and it was not the correct category, whatever that case may be, please do not create a new application. All you have to do is email admissions@uwinnipeg.ca with your first and last name from the email address you used when you applied. And with that, you can just explain your situation, the error you made, and the appropriate information, and they will make the changes for you. It will not negatively affect your application to have made an error. So just make sure to communicate that by email, and please do not start a new application. So you can click here to preview your application before submitting, and then you can submit the application here. Now, once you have done that, you'll be able to see your application here. So we have fall term, 4-year history, Bachelor of Arts, and it says submitted. Now, I also have a whole bunch of other ones here that I've started with various students just to show them how things go. So right now, ours on the top here says submitted, and we're able to view that if we would like to. So again, this is the application we submitted with all of our information. Okay, go back to my account up here. And now the status is still submitted, But about 5 minutes after submitting, you can refresh your screen, and it will eventually, instead of submitted, it will look like this one where it says action required. Okay, so once you see action required, you'll be able to click view, and this will tell you if you have to pay your application fee. So you'll click pay here and then put in your credit card information. It is a $100 application fee for a domestic student. And also, if you do have any documents to submit, such as for homeschool students, you would have to upload some samples of your work, or for a permanent resident, you would have to upload your permanent resident card. Basically, it'll have a list here, and you'll be able to click upload, and you can upload a JPEG or PDF scan of whichever document it's asking for. And that's kind of how it works. Again, if you have any trouble at all, take a screenshot, send us an email, welcome@uwinnipeg.ca, and we'd be happy to help walk you through that. I'm going to stop sharing my screen there. Thank you very much. Take care.